2 a.m., you guys. We've only got, what, 2, 3, 4, 5. We've got 4 hours left. We'll see what that translates into. At last, I found myself at the heart of the Institute, the director's office. I didn't read the rest because I missed it because I was talking. I'm assuming you guys read it, so did it say anything important? The game's over. So that's the last chapter, 5 to 6. So what the game tells you is that at 6 o'clock, the workers arrive to start renovating the building, and then that's the end of that. Bear, welcome in. Nice to see you. Rebel, welcome in. Bear, you're playing Shape of Dreams? What game is that? I think I saw you playing that yesterday. It's another sort of isometric view game, yeah? Is it a good one? I don't know about that. I don't know that game. The director seemed to have a captivating collection of art. Oh, good. Striking paintings decorated the walls of his office. Yeah. Look at this guy. Do we think that's him? So last night I was hanging out in Casual Elephant Stream, and he recommended Octodad to me. So I bought that one. That was kind of like my last purchase. Well, my last purchase yesterday. I don't want to imply, or I don't want to hold myself to not buying any more games, but my last game of yesterday of the sale. An elegant urn, which hopefully didn't contain any ashes. You know, I love the idea of doing like worst games on Steam, having a, you know, like, let's just play some of what are considered to be the worst games, except that it might not end up being funny. It might end up just being like horrible and tedious. So, but it might be funny too. All right. Oh, that is him, guys. There he is, Walter Hanwell. He doesn't look that grandfatherly and nice to me. He looks kind of more like what I would picture Dr. Hawthorne, or excuse me, Dr. Hawthorne to be. The elegant fireplace was a neat match for the style of the room. Oh, perhaps I did not take in the room. Oh, yes, it's quite executive looking, isn't it? Kind of semi-baronial. Here's all his documents on the wall. Look, he even has a library ladder. Like, yeah. All right, what do we got? What do we have? I love opening drawers and looking at shelves. I couldn't make out what these jars were filled with or why they were in this office in the first place. Well, you know what I'm going to say. It's Abby Normal up there. Ooh, look at this creepy thing. The human mind. That's kind of cool. A little Dante-looking art on the front. Let's flip it around. What does it say? Nothing else. It's not that kind of a game, is it? Where stuff's hidden. Oh, did we get... Oh, I thought we were going to get to keep it. Wait, what about down here? Go down, game. Go down. I guess not. I guess we got to do it the hard way. A large collection of books, mostly focused on the topics of surgery and psychiatry. Yes, you guys see I'm holding off the joy of going through his desk until the last moment. A cozy coffee table decorated the corner of the office. That's so you can have a whiskey with Dr. Hawthorne when you come up. Guys, we got a break coming in about 2 minutes. That'll be our last break of the stream. I probably will take it because I need to get a drink. Oh, we got a lot of reading to do, so we might have the break and then rummage through his desk because I'm feeling a definite need to get some water. I don't know if there are link killers on the channel, but I can link the page. Yeah, no, there's no link killer. I've got my links open. Guys, do not take advantage, which none of you ever have. I'll have to tell you guys a funny thing about Heavy Rain if you weren't here when I played that game. So I think it might have been Zahn Astor's, a Channel Point Redeem of Zahn's. And it's a game that is heavy on the quick time, which I'm extremely bad at. And if you've played that game before, I will tell you. Okay, I'm going to click on that and check it. I will tell you that I managed single-handedly to kill off almost everyone in the game, which everyone who was watching that knew the game said they didn't even know was possible. An impressive desk occupied a large part of the room. All right, and I got some water so I can read some more. Yay! All right, let's go. How do we get over there? How do we get over there? Oh. The navigation can be a little tricky sometimes. Okay, let's just go, right? We prepared to delve deeper into the tunnel. Ellis had a few words. Ellis is Hawthorne, I think. Ellis had a few words with the security staff, playing the bad cop as usual, and warning them about patients often going missing, while I returned them to their cells. Afterwards, as things went quiet, we grabbed a lantern each and scouted out the regions beyond the crevice. The smell was nearly unbearable as we traversed the tunnels. I could recognize the handiwork of our motley crew in carving out the walls, but suddenly the shape, or rather texture, of the tunnel began to change. It was still man-made, dare I say, but yet different. Clearly the result of more crude tools. Alien tools? The rocks had developed a sharp or shiny, slippery surface. What does that say? Oh, massaged by the history of who knows how many countless centuries? Millennia? Did they dig to the center of the earth? As we stepped forward, we noticed curious patterns on the stone walls, and also objects such as pots, effigies, and other fragments scattered on the ground, which were covered by a layer of spongy moss. Somehow a whole ecosystem had survived within these underground prehistoric walls. I pondered the deeper secrets that could be concealed within the bowels of this towering cliff. These guys are a little hyperbolic, aren't they? When I grabbed one of the items on the floor, my eyes were dazzled by the craftsmanship unlike anything I had seen in my life, not even in specialized publications or museums. It felt strangely alien, with hints of human crafting. Yet at the same time, it was not quite human. When I showed the weird sculpture to Ellis, he seemed more excited than I expected and urged me to move forward. We resolved to move these fascinating objects to a location where we could properly research them. We both agreed that the third floor of the hospital, currently in disuse, would be a suitable spot. Needless to say, there was a mutual agreement to keep this from the rest of the staff. The continued investigation of these newfound underground tunnels are far more important than the remodeling of the building. Ellis warned me about expenses and such, but I dismissed such mundane considerations. Maybe it's an ancient burial ground that the place was built on, right? Words aren't enough to convey my excitement. My hands are shaking with adrenaline as I transcribe this account. What we found at the end of that tunnel, it is beyond our comprehension. An ultimate glorious secret right here beneath us. Ellis, impetuous as he is, motioned for us to go in, but I caught a glimpse of his presence, which was enough to paralyze my body and mind for what seemed like an eternity. Yet a fleeting moment must have passed as I grabbed Ellis's arm and ordered him to stop. We cannot go in. Our rational minds wouldn't be able to stand it. So this is why we started shoving the patients in instead. The same patients from Group E as before are the key to making progress. It's nothing short of a miracle that our financial woes prompted us to resort to using our own patients to conduct the work rather than a professional construction crew. The patients have no idea what we found, and even if they spoke out, who would believe them? Tunnels, weird smells, strange artifacts? An idea is forming in my mind. I'm sure Ellis will agree. It turns out their fears are more useful than we thought. They've helped us come closer to the entity. I have no other words to describe him now. No rational mind can withstand his sight, or maybe this sight. After all, what do we know about reality? It's all merely electrical impulses traversing our neurons. But if an alien being operates beyond the limits of our comprehension, those impulses would fry our brains. unless our minds aren't operating correctly to begin with. They are indeed able to visualize something we couldn't possibly process with our sane minds. The fear they experience when they enter that chamber is evidently unbearable, according to our testimonies. Even worse than long-standing fears from their own past, yet something sticks in their damaged brains. We are unable to recover that information unless we somehow reproduce the same emotional conditions as those the patients had upon entering the chamber. So far, we've been able to recover one piece of knowledge from each one by stimulating them to experience their past fears using various methods. If we put everything together, then maybe. An unexpected turn of events. All patients presented to the entity have developed an anomaly. Something physical has changed in them. As far as we can tell, they're all developing brain tumors. Why is this happening? We can only guess, but the evidence is unquestionable. Is it that even their damaged minds can't withstand the glorious sight of the being underneath? Or is there a deeper incoming behind this alteration in their physiogenesis? A deeper meaning behind this alteration in their physiogenesis. We have no choice but to further investigate these tumors, yet we can't do it alone. The extracted tissues must be subject to standard procedures and thus thoroughly analyzed by our pathologists. For obvious reasons, the source and nature of the masses can't be disclosed. We can't just drop them on their tables either, as questions would be asked. It's a blessing, as it is, that the strab, that's the thing that sticks in their eye and pulls their brain out, is working properly and leaves no scar, but we can't push our luck. Ebersbacher is growing suspicious. We toyed around with the idea of firing her, but that might draw attention that we can't afford right now. Ellis had the brilliant idea of stimulating tumor growth. I told you we were going to get a sample from the rat. Stimulating tumor growth in the same rodents already assigned to oncology. It's another fortunate coincidence that they are genetically similar to humans. Soon they will be studied and we will get the information we desperately need. Ellis will take note of the identification tag and watch the team closely. We established that for a tumor to manifest, one must remain in his presence for a certain period of time. Still, I asked Ellis to subject me to a brain biopsy after my fleeting glimpse of those unfathomable shapes during our first time in that tunnel, just to be sure I'm safe. What would you biopsy if you didn't know that you had a tumor? I don't think that's step one in determining if you have a brain tumor. Something isn't right. The patients, they're acting differently. It's difficult to pinpoint in what manner they simply don't feel the same. Last night, H, that's Hodgson, was found lost in the basement, and we didn't take him there. Also, L is known to experience absence seizures, but today I observed him in the yard, and he spent many hours just staring at the ground below him. They act as if, no, that can't be it. Why would they? They must do something, and soon. Ebersbacher is bound to notice. I'll have Ellis recommend shock therapy in the case of L. We risk an uproar, but there is no other option. My worst fears had been confirmed. There was very possibly something wrong inside me. Yet if that was the case, was there any solution at my disposal? The first step was to confirm if something. Poor Lenny, right? So I wonder if we're going to do the strabby on ourselves. It seems a little sketch medically to determine if you have a tumor by biopsying some random part of your brain, by sticking a needle through your eye socket. But I'm wondering if that's where we're headed. All right, what do we got in the drawer? Drawers are the best. Nothing. Oh, come on. You're just ruining my fun. How could there be nothing in the drawer? We want a... Yes, exactly. It sounds like modern science, right? Oh, okay, we can get over here. Good. Gotta have something in the drawers. A random old book covered in dust. Yeah, that's true. We could sedate ourselves and then strabby ourselves, but maybe we're going to put Lenny in there. Okay, close the drawer. Papers, because, we want to read some more. Ambrose, I must hastily write this letter to you as an unexpected turn of events may have hampered the long-awaited resolution of our work. The book you recommended did indeed provide the means to understanding those primordial arrangements. Ambrose, we unlocked it. What an extraordinary document, so precise. What seems to be inside? I can't elaborate further, and I couldn't even if I tried my best. But I'm penning extensive notes for posterity. We must act quickly. There is a plan in motion, so to speak. It's far from the scholarly treatment this immeasurably overdue encounter deserves, but circumstances are acting against us. We need visual... so he's writing to Dr. Miller, who's the doctor here now, but he wasn't the doctor here before. We need visual information that few human beings are able to provide. However, as you rightfully said yourself, Providence is on our side. Oh, it's an unfinished letter. Okay, so let me just say that the presence of aliens in this game is kind of throwing me for a loop just a bit. My esteemed colleagues, I receive news of your current line of research. What a remarkable find. To think you chose to erect the building in that particular spot without a doubt. Well, hey, Rosie, good morning. Yes, so, Rosie, to bring you up to date. Evidently, the tunnel, and you've missed some horrifying and also awesomely creepy things this morning. So, yeah, we got to find a body down in the morgue and cut him open with a letter opener to get a key out. So that was fun. But evidently, as our patients were tunneling, they ran into another tunnel and a room with something creepy in it, but we don't know what. And Hanwell and Hawthorne, instead of going in there themselves because they felt their brains couldn't take it, they tied a rope around the patients and shoved them in there and then pulled them back out and then interrogated them under extreme duress to try to figure out what they saw. And we think maybe it's an alien? I don't know. The alien thing seems like a little veering off course of where we've been going here. So that's where we are right now. See if you can locate in your local library a copy of the Scolix Velium, an ancient manuscript by an anonymous author which presents an alternative configuration of constellations, one deemed too profane by the would-be astronomers of his age. It's a fascinating read that you'll find of exceptional interest, and I believe it will assist you in making sense out of your fortuitous discovery. Yours respectfully, A.M. We're pretty sure that's Ambrose Miller, the doctor. That's upstairs in the lab. All right, we can't look at those things. So how many hats are we wearing? Creepy doctors, insane patients, ghosts, and or demons, aliens. Yes, I think you have it. Old pens of no use to me. Well, I'm expecting to find a key in Dr. Hanwell's office. We've gotten new access, so we're excited about that. Got into Hawthorne's office and Hanwell's office. A bunch of pencils scattered in the drawer. This is slightly disappointing. I just want to butt into all this reading to say I really appreciate you having me today. Oh, need to go tend to some errands. Dragonspun, no worries. We'll catch you up later. Good luck with your errands, and I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day. And thanks for coming in and hanging out with us. More reading. The Vision of Walter Hanwell. The Hanwell Mental... Okay, I haven't read all of these, so let me scan ahead a little bit and see if there's anything that is relevant. He earned the reputation of benefactor of the insane, really? I think that was ill-earned. And also, Dr. Hanwell was known for his open mind when it came to therapy. I'm guessing that'd be a no. Okay, this is about the Strabby again. Walter Hanwell's approach to mental health care was not without its share of controversy, however. He was known for adopting a mindset strongly focused on achieving fast results, disregarding established ethical standards. Well, I think we have learned that about him, haven't we? One example of this was his blithe attitude towards conducting experiments on live animals, a practice already rejected amongst his peers. An anecdote in the Annals of Hanwell Mental Institute history describes a shipment of foul-smelling rats. Why would they have been foul-smelling? Transported to the premises for this gruesome purpose. Man, I'm glad Silly's not here. She would be horrified about all this rat stuff in this game. In later years, Dr. Hanwell's interest shifted towards more holistic, perhaps even spiritual methods. Yeah, I'm dubious, you guys. Dubious. All right, I know we got to go check that dead rat, but we got to get Miller out of there. A fine, expensive ink bottle. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, we can tell he liked handwriting, can't we? All right, let's check our book now. I love the way it flips out like that. All right, investigate the tumor. We think it's a rat tumor, not our own tumor. I'm not sure how we're going to do this. Unless, yeah, I don't know. I'm a little confused about that. Brain tumor and patient's fears. I mean, I think we go to the lab. If Dr. Miller's still there, we can talk to him about some of this stuff, although I'm not sure he's going to be that open about it. And if he's not there, oh yeah, we've got sedative in our syringe, so how can we biopsy the rat brain? I'm afraid we're going to have to get our own biopsy of our own brain with this strange machine in the second floor. Unless we're going to stick Lenny in there, and I don't think we're going to do that. I would like to think we wouldn't do that. That was funny. They made valve red as if it was new, which it isn't. Okay. I mean, maybe clearing the septic tank, I'm back to that puzzle, is going to provide what we need. But I was kind of thinking we might be going to find a key to that locked room down in the basement, but evidently not. All right. Well, that was somewhat enlightening and yet also somewhat disappointing. All right, I think we got to go to the lab. First, we got to walk. Come on now. You know you want to move. There. Now can we get to the door? No. All right. Oh man, I didn't check to see if I could turn the lights on. Ooh, flashback. Oh, she's the one with the sexual thing. RB, she was gang raped and pregnant, and so she thought she had a demon inside of her. Record book updated. Really? Yeah. So she is, maybe her name is Rosa. She's RB. I forgot about her, sort of. We haven't really learned anything else about her except for her trauma, which is pretty horrifying. All right, what else is on this floor? Let's look at the map. How are we doing on time? Oh, we just have a few minutes, so... by patients, doctors, ghosts, or aliens. None of the above, Rosie. None of the above. We think it happened before she came here. Like, that's what made her insane. She had been abused, and then she was beaten and raped and became pregnant and became convinced that there was a devil inside of her, if I'm remembering this correctly, and that's why she was institutionalized. So all that happened outside. But the doctors have decided, and I'm using that term loosely by this point, the doctors decided that the best way to so they shove these patients into this room where this alien being is, and then they pull them back out, but they can't say whatever it is they saw. And so the doctors decided that by subjecting them to the worst of their own fears, somehow they would then be able to talk about what they saw in there. So that's what they've been doing. So like Hodgson, the big guy who's afraid of fire, they locked him, took him in the furnace room, they were just subjecting him to all kinds of fire Yeah. So that's what's happening with that. And so her, we don't know what they're doing to her yet. All right, we need to go to the laboratory, which is on this floor, so that's good. And see if Dr. Miller is in there. So Dr. Miller was definitely in on all this, even though he was not working here at the time. What does that say? Yeah, that's it. Laboratory. Let's see if he's still in here. He's gone. Yay! I didn't mean to make fun, but there's sure a lot of ingredients in this trauma turducken. I know, right? Like, it was kind of funny till we come to her trauma, and then her trauma's like, yikes. All right, so Dr. Miller's gone, so we should be able to investigate his stuff. Was no longer working in the laboratory. Where had he gone? Well, we don't care unless he's coming for us. We're glad he's gone so we can rummage through his things. Oh, we can't get in there. Well, how did he get out? Some strange lab equipment. All right, we got to go over to the rat. So I was thinking that we were going to draw a sample out of the rat with our syringe, but evidently our syringe still has sedative in it, and the rat's dead, so I don't think we have to sedate him. But let's go check. There's definitely a situation here. Oh yeah, I was going to start to say we're almost done. It would probably be a good place to stop. No, this item wouldn't help me open. Oh, is that what we're trying to do? Open the cage? Well, that's why I don't know why we couldn't do that with the wire cutters. Oh, we're doing it with hydrochloric acid? Like, that makes better sense than wire cutters? Seriously? Or did we do it? I don't know. What's happened now? The game says no. Wait, what happened there? All right, well, now I want to go back. Why didn't it just say no? Oh, look, but now, okay, maybe we did get it open. I know, right? I mean, that's weird. Okay, so now we don't have the little, can we get the door open? And wouldn't wire cutters sort of damage the, yeah, I don't get what just happened there. So we hydrochloric acided, evidently, maybe, the cage. Yeah, right? Ooh, TPT 091. There seemed to be a metal tag next to the rat. All right, let's write that down. TPT 091. Let's touch it again. Something about this tag seemed important. A clue, perhaps? But not the papers. We only want this in the rat goo. I couldn't read the label from this position. What? Yes, we can. I was going to say we're just going to keep messing with it until it tells us the same thing again, which now it has. All right, we can't do that. Oh, now maybe. Can we get in now? Yeah, I don't get this one. I feel like we're not putting our little hand in the right spot or something. So we put the... Oh, yeah, you guys are right. I didn't even notice that. I thought you were kidding. So we dissolved the rat, and his goo went into the drawer, and that's where the label came from. But how does that help us? So my whole idea about biopsying the rat was clearly crap, right? Upon closer inspection, it was evident these cages were meant to house rodents for who knows what hideous experiment. The copper cages seem quite valuable and sturdy. Really? Yeah, okay. All right, so I guess rat goo was what all that was about. Y'all are so smart. All right, so now, you guys, we're off to the museum, having not taken a sample of the rat goo, but I guess we didn't need it. And now we don't know where Dr. Miller is either. The whole game he's been back here performing, no doubt, heinous experiments, but he's gone. And so we don't know where he went, but we are going to go to the museum. I'm not sure how you would have known you were supposed to go to the museum, unless the idea was that you were just checking every room every time. I don't know. It doesn't seem to me like I would go to the museum. Maybe I wasn't paying enough attention to the museum when we went there, and if I had been, maybe it would be the first thing I would have thought of. I don't know. But anyway, whoops. Hit the wrong thing. No, don't quit. Just don't do this. Oh, resume. All right, good. I was afraid the museum might be on a different floor. The museum is really cool. We looked at it in a different day of this game. We walked around in here and touched things and picked up things. This room and the library are, I think, the coolest looking spaces in the game. So this was some macabre museum we found up here that in our later reading of documentation in the game, this place was off limits to the patients because the doctors knew it was creepy, and they were just like saving up stuff like collectibles from their own life. Oh, Will, a dragon, Sherlock Holmes. Oh, I might have that game. Do I have that game? Thank you. That'll be a good one. I should put a little one of those panels on my about page that says what the lineup is or something. Except sometimes it's a lot of games and sometimes it's no games. So that would look kind of weird if it was no games. Y'all would be like, our new people would be like, is she quitting after this? There's no new games posted. But I do keep a list, so I remember what I'm supposed to be playing. All right, so this is the Museum of Creepy Things that they found. Also unlimited games, but also no games. Exactly. Obviously. And you guys, tomorrow is our first Friday for October, first Friday stream day, and we're going to play Carrion from start to finish, which is a game I saw someone stream a long time ago, and it looked really fun, and I really wanted to play it, and so I thought October first Friday was a perfect opportunity to play Carrion, which is a sort of creepy game where you play as the monster instead of playing as the good guys. It's really cool. Jerome, I'm very glad to hear you say that. Everyone I've mentioned that to has said, oh, that's a cool game. Because you know that I'm a big self-doubter. So I'm like, I mean, I think I remember it as being a good game. Is it a good pick? So, yeah. Okay, so you guys, we have hands, we have ears, none of which is what we're looking for. We're looking for something that has these tag numbers that we got off that rat we melted. But I don't actually remember seeing that in the museum before. Okay, did you guys see what this one said? Is this an organ or is it pastry? Oh, shaped like a pastry. I'm sorry. I thought it said or a pastry. That would have been funnier. Hands. We got ears. What we don't have is the tags. I'm sure they're here, but I'm not really paying attention, as you can clearly see, and so I don't know. Okay, so what we have to do here is look at these jars and find the one that matches our label, which was TP091. Okay, that wasn't it. I'm not sure why this is going to prove that we have a tumor or not have a tumor. Wait. How do I think that this is... How do I get it? How do I say this is the one I want? What you said was I'm supposed to be taking a sample out of this. And as you can see, we're not getting the little... Oh, wait, there we go. Boop. All right. This is one thing I'm learning in this game. You do have to get your little hand in exactly the right place. I think we're going to stick our slide in there. There we go. All right, so I have my slide here. Why does that not work? I'm pretty sure. I didn't want to sedate that. I know it's the slide. Okay, and nothing's happening though. I love the little bit of humor in this little weird game. A lot of humor in the wrong answers. Okay, so, but this is what we're supposed to do, is get the goo on our slide. Okay, guys, I don't really know what to do here. So what we're supposed to be doing here, you guys, is putting our slide on the desk. How do we do that? Oh, tweezers. I picked up the tweezers. with care. And then we're supposed to put our slide down and get the goo out of there with, okay, here we go. I gotta say, this is the one problem that I have with point and clicks, is that sometimes the hitbox is so small that it is a wonder that you ever hit it. Like, I'm like, or even the hitbox, and then also like the order in which you click on things when you're doing one of these mystery situations. I carefully took a tissue sample and placed it on the glass slide. It's so, like, we played a game one time where I just could not get it. And so I looked it up, and I was clicking everything properly, but not in the right order. It was like you had to pick up the box, and then, I know I'm not a good scientist, right? You had to pick up the box and then get the key out instead of getting the key out first and then pick up the box. That kind of stuff is a little bad with point and clicks, but whatever. Okay, I think we put it in here. This is like some little slide reader thing. I like getting out the big valve all the time. There it is. Wait, it didn't go in there. Did I put it in the wrong place? Pick it back up. I took back the slide with the tumor sample. Can't you just hear Arnie's voice going, "It's not a tumor"? All right, I'm terrible with impressions, but you know what I was trying to do. Wait, isn't this thing, I had thought that this thing was the slide reader thing. There was something about this thing when we did it before. Yeah, there is a microscope, but I remember when we were here before looking at it, this thing, he said, like, it was something to do with looking at slides. I know where the microscope is, but when I just saw this, I was kind of remembering that there was something about that. I was like, oh, wait, there was a thing about that being a slide reader. Okay, so now we got to go to the microscope. So I don't know. That'll be something we can look at later. So now we got to go to the operating room. I believe it's operating room A where the microscope is. We found it before. Oh, since it wasn't needed anywhere else, I left the tweezers in the exhibit. Let's make some progress. We might not finish for a month at this rate. Not complaining. Ooh. This is all going to come back to this lady. We've been having flashbacks about her a lot. Maybe she's going to have an alien baby. Maybe that is what's going to tie it all together. She's trying to kill her baby because she thinks it's a demon. There's just so many threads that are not tied together yet. All right, let's look at our book before we do anything else. Nothing's new here. It's okay, lady. It's not a demon, just a tumor alien. We are currently investigating items about the tumor. And then this retrieve item in the basement, we haven't figured out how to do that yet. That was a little mini torture scene we saw yesterday where something got dropped. Again, something got dropped through the grate. Glass slide with tissue. All right, let's go. I think it's upstairs, the operating rooms, but let's just double check. Morgue. What am I hearing? Oh, it's probably my cleaner's probably here. She usually comes on Friday, but this week she had to come early, which isn't a terrible thing because, now I'm in here with the door shut. I can hear water running all of a sudden really loud, and that's why I was wondering what was happening. All right, let's go up the stairs. There's not much of my house you can clean right now because, let's see, you had an interesting time of someone requesting a commission. Being very picky about it, and we neared the end, and they were like, I don't know how I'm going to pay for this as money is tight. Wow, Rebel. Did they offer to pay you with likes and links and, being an influencer? Was it that sort of situation? That's really bad. Oh, I'm in the wrong stairs. Dang it. And Rebel, tell us more. What sort of commissions do you do? I know you're an artist, but I didn't know. I don't know what you actually do. Like down to these 2 pixels need to move. Wow. I mean, are you like doing Twitch stuff, like making people emotes, or are you doing, Maruski made all my emotes, but she's kind of busy right now and I have ideas. I would like to know. Okay, I think we have to go somewhere else. Different stairs. I don't know why those stairs are blocked. It's like just to make it difficult for us. Yeah, it was for some of their Twitch things like sub and bit redeems. Oh, okay. That's so weird. Like, why would somebody do that? That's just lame. I mean, how did they think that was going to go? That you were going to go, well, that's too bad, but I already made it, so here you go. I'll give it to you for free. You have I didn't know that. How did I not know that? I've seen your emote on Gina's channel, your alternate hot dog, which is cute. Who else do you have that I might know? I feel terrible. I didn't know all these things, Jerome. I mean, Rebel. Tundra, we've just been chatting a lot and you've missed it. I'm sorry about that. We've been chatting PC builds, and we did go get our tissue sample from the rat, and now we're trying to find some stairs so we can go upstairs and yeah, and put it under. We haven't put it under the microscope yet. I'm trying to find those other stairs. Somehow I'm always conveniently located to the stairs that are blocked, which is super annoying. Okay, so this is where I thought I was supposed to be going. Hold on, let me go back. Let me pay attention for just a moment. Okay, so that's Dr. Hanwell's office. So if we go this way, we should be able to come down, come through here. Oh, this is... Okay, you guys, I am an idiot. It's not upstairs. It's on this floor. It's just this direction. Oh my gosh. This is what not paying attention gets me. I just wasted 30 minutes trying to go someplace that doesn't exist. I mean, it exists, but it exists on this floor. Really, this whole game... Yeah, that's the lab. So all we needed to do, like, it's probably been more than 30 minutes ago, is we came out of here, right, Tundra? With our... No, we came out of the museum, which is also on this floor, with our rat goo. And all we needed to do was come down here and go to the lab, which is right here. We must have walked past it like a million times. Yeah. It's right here, you guys, where we were trying to go. All right, we got the morgue. We want to get to the operating room. It's operating room. What does that say? Oh, rehab. Oh, yeah. Yeah. We know how many people were getting rehabbed in there. I think it's in here where the microscope is. And wouldn't you love to come in here for your operation? Very inspiring. Okay, well... Whatever, right? No, we need our microscope with brain tissue on it. Ooh, there it is. Boop. I inserted the glass slide in the microscope. It's probably better than all the reading I had to do yesterday, though, isn't it? All right, let's look in, you guys. Woo! Painting your nails pink to match your hair. Nice. All right, we're just all watching because I'm not doing anything. All right, we're looking for the tumor. Is it going to be a little alien waving up at us? I don't think I'm supposed to be doing anything. I wonder. I think that was like a cutscene. So what did we learn there, children? I didn't learn anything. Let's look at it again. I know, right? I don't know what we're supposed to be seeing. Okay. Here's a little worm. Oh, look! I think it's that little blue thing. Did you guys see it? It was like a little... You'd think he'd have something to say about that, though. Do I have to pick it back up? Something was missing. So I took the glass slide again. What's missing? What's going on? Is that what's missing? Just a normal day in the asylum. Yeah, that, okay, so then I think maybe we want to go, maybe we are going to do, wait. Maybe we're going to, I want to do the stabby thing. Can we do this thing yet? There was no sample. Oh! Do we put it in here? Wait a minute, what? Probably a liquid reactor. I want to do the stabby on myself. Okay, let's go. Let's go. Here we go. Burp! There was no way I could operate this frightening device without further information. Well, is there a manual? I want to use it. I want to do it. Can I push buttons? Can I play? How did I miss it? An old unpublished manual, you guys. Here it is. About some kind of biopsy machine. All right. I wonder if we have to actually read it. This is the one that pulls, I mean, oh my goodness. This pulls brain tissue out through your eye socket, and he's going to self-administer it. Be sure there is a professional validating data provided by the control panel and an assistant positioned close to the patient in case of a reflex action. Could you imagine? So there's the needle and then you jerk, and yeah, that would be bad. Turn on the equipment using the valve, using the panel, rotate the knob. Like we did this. I'm sorry, I get that we did not have the instruction manual, but okay, then the person assisting, blah, blah, blah. Can we take the book with us? Then we're going to press the buttons. And then it tests 5 to 10 seconds. Okay, surely that's good enough. Oh, okay, and then here we have, oh, okay, so now we need to know what the slide is going to look like. I know, I think that's a good idea, actually. I don't think we're going to have to do anything. I think we're going to have to, I think it's going to just do what we needed to do, but, okay, here's the brain tumor. Look, you guys, I'm pointing, you guys. I know you can't see it. But do you see the one at the bottom? That's what we saw on the slide from the rat. I don't know. Let's take a picture of this page. So we actually, the rat does have a tumor. You can't imagine how many pictures I have on my phone of game things because I didn't want to have to remember them, or I knew I was incapable of it. All right, you guys, now I got to try to find my way out of here. Right? Which way did I come in? This way, right? At the psychology. Oh, pharmacology. Yeah, I think. Didn't I come in at this side? Miscellanea. Let me walk down here a minute. Yeah, I know I did. Hopefully there's only, oh, there's a lot of doors. I know we came in through the therapy room. All right, cool. Boy, I like a good creaky door sound in a horror game, right? All right, now we gotta go back upstairs. I'm trying to go fast now, you guys, because we really have spent a lot of time on this morning. Hopefully this is not the one with the oh, it's just one floor. All right, let's go. We are making progress. So now we want to go right here. Okay. Hopefully I'm going the right way. Nope, I went the wrong way. That's all right. That would be another thing for the bingo card. How often does gamer go the wrong way? Except everyone would get that. That would be another good square. All right, we have now read the instruction manual. So we should be able to biopsy our own brain without any further difficulty. Here we go, you guys. This is exciting. What time is it? 10? We've still got time to do this. We can do it. All right, here we go. We already turned it on. Let's go. Yeah, now it works because we read the book. Golly. Okay, let me just say, walkthrough writers, this is the place in the walkthrough where you say, make sure you've already read the book in the library. All right, now we're going to do it. It's happening. Ah! Clockwork Orange creepiness here. Oh, am I supposed to do something about this? Oh, maybe it's doing it by itself. Here it comes. Ah! Well, that was quite disgusting. Look, we're having a little moment now, too. Okay, can we get up? Or are we just going to pass out? All right, so now we need this thing. So we have to get... The machine seemed in good condition and should work. No, we have to get that slide, that thing that... Maybe it's on the other side. Wait, remember that thing we kept clicking on that showed us the sample? Yeah. We got to go at it from a different angle. Here we go. Filled with plasma, my own. So I'm assuming now we need the needle. The syringe was now holding a somewhat sticky fluid with a red tinge. I was repulsed to realize this had come from inside my head. Okay, so now we have to what? Put the slide down and then put the... Let's see if we have a tool thing we can do over here. I feel like there's another little step where we have to put the goo on the slide. Oh yeah, because see, look, we still got the tool thing. Here we go. Boop! Alright, you guys. We already know the rat has a tumor. Let's see what our story is. From our pictures in the book. So here's the rat tumor. See that little blue fetus-looking thing there? That little swirly little thing? And then we are looking at our slide now. Yep, there it is. We have a tumor. It is a tumor. Ah, I have a tumor. Okay, we're freaking out now. Alien worm. Oh yeah, I'm going with that. Alien worm. Much better. We have an alien worm in our head. Okay. I couldn't believe it. I had confirmed what I feared the most. Nested deep inside my brain was an unexplained tumor. The source of my visions and possibly the end of my sanity. Although it should be noted, we were in the insane asylum, so perhaps the end of our sanity was not as far away as we are implying. Okay, so now we know. I mean, I don't think he's happy, but I could be wrong. All right, I'm going to say that part was challenging. All right, we got rid of two things. We still have the valve. We still have the keys, so that's good. Oh, look, that crossed a bunch of stuff off the list. And we can't do this one, so I guess we got to do this one, but I don't know. I have a feeling that might be challenging as well. Oh, we got to figure out this, too. And I have to say, even though it said, when we saw Bertrand's little picture, it said that we were familiar with that, like that it looked familiar. It didn't look familiar to me. I mean, I didn't remember it. I'm kind of wondering if, like, when we walk out the door, we're going to be the end of this chapter, because this seems like an ending, doesn't it? All right, let's go out and find out if I'm right. Oh, she had the baby.